Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Johnny's Orks. So the story that we've got going on here today is that the Orks had invaded this planet, had taken over, and it had started to establish just kind of that they controlled this planet, but the Imperium didn't much like that, so they sent in the Dark Angels to go see if they could take it back, or at least form a beachhead from which the Imperium could further try to purge the alien from this planet and bring it once more under the control of the Imperium. So we are going to be playing the retrieval mission. So we've got objectives right here, right there, and then there's one inside down over there. So that's what we are going to be playing. Each of those is worth 3 points. We've got First Blood, Slay of the Warlord, and Linebreaker, and that's what we've got going on. So before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, I have a company master and Ezekiel. We have two 5-man intercessor squads. We have a 6-man tactical squad with a heavy bolter. We have a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have a Primaris Ancient. We have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 plasma cannons. We have a 5-man Hellblaster squad. We have 2 separate land speeders, one with an assault cannon and heavy flamer, the other with an assault cannon and heavy bolter. We have a land speeder Vengeance. We have 2 venerable dreadnoughts, each with power fists and underslung heavy flamer, and one with an assault cannon and one with a heavy plasma cannon. And last but not least, we have a land raider Redeemer. And for the Orks, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Zadsnok Darippa and a boss in mega armor. We have 3 squads of 30 boys. 1 is Shooter Boys, and 2 are Slugga Choppa Boys. Then for the Vanguard detachment, we have, leading it off, a boss in mega armor. We have a 12-man Luda squad. We have a 12-man Burna squad. We have 2 battle wagons. And last but not least, we have 2 squads of 3 mega knobs. Alright, so those are the 2 armies going over deployment here for the Dark Angels. I've got my land speeder with the heavy bolter. I've got my Land Raider Redeemer over here. I've got my Venerable Dreadnought down here. This is the one with the assault cannon. I've got my Devastator squad inside the building there. I've got my intercessors behind here. Land Speeder Vengeance. 6-man tactical squad with Ezekiel right over here. Other Venerable Dreadnought with the heavy plasma cannon. Intercessors here. We've got the Hellblasters here with the Ancient and the Captain, or the Company Master, sorry. That's the Dark Angel version of it. We have the other Land Speeder with the Heavy Flamer over here, and we've got 5-man Scout Squad over here. Going over deployment now for the Orks, we've got his 30-boy squad with Slugga Choppas over here. We've got a, what's it called? The Battle Wagon. Battle Wagon inside there is going to be one of the war bosses. One of the bosses with mega armor, one of the 3-man squads of mega knobs, and the Ludas. We've got another battle wagon over here with a boss in mega armor, 3 mega knobs, and the Burnas in this one. We've got the squad of shooters over here. We've got Zadsnok Darippa over here. And we've got another 30-man squad of Slugga Choppas over here. So lots and lots of Orks. So this should be fun. So that's the deployment that we've got going on here. As of right now, the Orks are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. So looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. Oh, and I do with the fill phase. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. Alright, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He moved up, he moved up, he moved up. These guys stood still, they moved up. He stood still. These guys all stood still. They moved up, they stood still back here. The scouts stood still, and then my land speeder over here moved up. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you. Yeah, no one's in range to do anything for a second. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Alright, so starting off the shooting phase, my land speeder here is going to fire his assault cannon into his boys over here. So I got 6 shots hitting on 4s because I moved. Alrighty. Strength 6, toughness 4, right? So looking for 3s to wound. We got cocked. So we've got 4 wounds, AP -1. Oh, that's just 4 boys dead. All right. All right, so now my Hellblasters here are going to fire into that same squad of boys over there. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the captain there. Oh, good thing. All right, still get that 1. All right, strength 7, so wounding on 3s. So we've got 2 wounds, and that is AP -4, so that's 2 more dead. All right, my scouts are going to fire into them with their bolters. Got 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds. AP nothing, so 3 6 ups. No, go through. Alright, this intercessor squad's gonna fire into them as well. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Alright. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. I got 1 wound, AP -1 on these ones, so 1 more dead. Now my Venerable Dreadnought here is going to fire into them with his heavy plasma cannon, so heavy D3. Got 3 shots. Hitting on 2s because he didn't move. Alright, so that's 3 hits. Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. And we got 3 dead. Alright, this Venerable Dreadnought here is going to fire his assault cannon into the boys on the right there. So, got 6 shots. Hitting on 3s because he moved. Alrighty. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Blomp, blomp. Now my my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to fire into that squad over there. So we're going to go with the Plasma Storm Battery first. Heavy D6. 1 shot. I'm going to spend a command point on that. 2 shots. All right, so 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because he didn't move. All right, got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. And now his Heavy Bolter is going to shoot into that same squad. All right, got 2 hits. I got 1 wound, AP -1. All right, my Landspeeder over here is going to fire his Heavy Bolter and Assault Cannon into them. So we're going to go with the Assault Cannon first. 6 shots, hitting on 4s because he moved. Okie dokie. Wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds, AP -1. And then the Heavy Bolter shots, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. Nope. Blah, blah. And now my Land Raider Redeemer is going to fire his twin assault cannon into the squad over there. So we've got 12 shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s because he's got Power of the Machine Spirit, ignores moving penalty. All right. Ooh, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. All right, not as good. All right, that probably worked out pretty well balanced. So we got five guys with AP -1, so that's 5 more dead. These intercessors are going to fire at that same squad over there. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, that one's cocked. All right, wounding on 4s. So we've got 3 wounds at AP -1. All right, now my Devastator squad is going to fire into his shooters over there. So the one with the black is going to be the Signum. So these are to find out how many shots. So heavy D3. All right, so we've got 2 from there, and then we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from the other ones. All right, so the blacks are going to be hitting on 2s. The greens are going to be hitting on 3s. All righty. Strength 7, so wounding on 3s. That is 6 dead. And then this squad back here, only the Heavy Bolter is in range. He's going to fire into the shooters. 3 shots. Wounding on 3. That's a wound at AP -1. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We've got 1 morale test that has to take. These guys lost 13 guys from their squad, so they're at leadership 17. So 13 plus 6 is 19. Is 19. So they lose 2 guys. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels. We will come back to you here after movement phase for the Orks on turn 1. All right, going over movement here for the Orks on turn 1. These guys advanced up this way. These guys advanced up this way. These 2 wagons advanced up this way. And these guys just moved up this way because they're going to be in range for charges. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so this squad here is going to be shooting into my land speeder. So the whites are going to be the shooters, and the red's going to be the big shooter. So they're all hitting on 5s. Okay. I got 1 hit. Oh, all right.
4 to toughness.
Toughness, so looking for a 5. That's a wound. AP, nothing, so looking for a 3 up. No, fail it. Take a wound. All right, so everybody with mega armor in here has custom shooters, which are assault 4. So they are going to fire into my hellblasters over here. So we've got 4 total guys with mega armor in there, including the boss and then the 3 mega knobs. So they're going to be hitting on 6s. We got 2 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4s. Got 1 wound. AP, nothing. So they've got 2 up armor in cover there. They're good. Woo! All right, now the squad in here. First, the burners are going to fire into these guys over here. So D3, so 1 each. All right, so we got 12 shots. Well, 12 hits because they're burners. So these are going to be looking for 4s to wound. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got, so what is that? 8. So we've got 8 wounds there. AP nothing. So we've got 8 2-up saves. And that one's cocked. Okay, now make them all. And now the custom shooters from the guys with the mega armor are going to fire into here. So again, hitting on 6s. We got 2 hits. Looking for 4s to wound. Got 1 wound. 2-up save. He's good. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into my intercessors over here. So looking for 6s to hit here because they advanced. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 3 hits here, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 2-ups, and I make them both. Woo! All right, now in this squad, there's a big shooter who's going to fire into my my land speeder over here. So these are going to be hitting on 6s because he advanced. Yeah. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 4. That's a wound. AP nothing, looking for a 3-up. No, failed that. And that is it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. These boys here are going to assault into my land speeder. So he's going to fire Overwatch. We're going to go with the heavy flamer first. D6 hits. Got 2 hits. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. And now the assault cannon is going to fire in there. So 6 shots, hitting on 6s. Got 1 hit, wounding on 3. No, nothing there. All right, so now they're looking for a 6-inch charge to get in there. And they are in. All right, and then these boys are going to charge into my land raider over here. So, looking for 6s to hit with the twin assault cannon. I got 2 hits, wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds, so that's 2 dead. All right, and they need an 8-inch charge. So I didn't fire the flamestorm cannons because he's over 8 inches away from me, but under 9 inches away from me. So he still needs an 8-inch charge, but I couldn't fire the flamestorm cannon. So 8-inch charge? No, but here we go.
To the universe.
Oh, and he's just in. Killer. All right, we're going to start over here. So we consolidate in 3 inches. You can get 6 guys into the attack over here. So he's got 18 attacks because there's less than 20 of them there. So hitting on 3s. All right, wow, pretty good. Actually, really good. All right, and now, yep, and now looking for 6s to wound because of strength 4, toughness 8 on my land raider. All right, we got a couple, so it's 3. So we got 3 2-up saves. Oh, failed 1. And now this boy squad's going to attack into my land speeder. So he's got, what is it, 9 guys that got in? Or no?
9 in the big shooter.
9 in the big shooter. So we got 27 attacks coming in here.
29.
Oh, 29, I'm sorry. 29 attacks coming in here. So, yeah, so 29 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, now wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. All right, we got 3. 3-up saves. And I failed 1 of them. All right, so he's consolidated there, actually consolidated into my scouts over here. So we'll get back to them in a second. But first, we're gonna start out here with my land speeder. So he is going to swing back. He's got 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, strength 4, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, AP nothing on that one. So just gonna be looking for a 6-up save on these guys over here. Just 1.
T-shirt.
No, so that is a dead orc. All right, so now my scouts are going to attack in here. So my sergeant has 2 attacks, everyone else has got the 1, so we got 6 attacks coming in here. Hitting on 3s. Wow, really good. Wounding on 4s. Also really good. So we've got 5 6-up saves. Oh, there you go. That's how you do it. All right, now my Land Raider is going to see if he can open up a door into their faces. I got 6 attacks, hitting on 6s. I got 1. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP nothing.
6 up.
Oh, he makes it. Well done. All right, so that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. He stood still. They shuffled a bit, not the heavy bolter guy, and Ezekiel moved up a bit, so he's within 12 of that. These guys all here stood still. He fell back out of combat. He moved up there. He moved back over there. This guy moved up towards him. These guys all stood still. These guys all stood still. These guys fell out of combat. He fell back over there, and that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Angels. So we will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, first things first, Ezekiel is going to cast Smite onto his battle wagon there. So looking for a 5, getting it with a 7, so D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound. And now he's going to cast Mind Worm onto him, looking for a 6, getting it with 7, so he takes 1 mortal wound and then has to fight last in the fight phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my Venerable Dreadnought here is going to fire into his boys over here. So we're going to go with the Heavy Flamer first, so D6 hits, 3 hits, Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. I got 1 wound. Now his Assault Cannon is going to fire, hitting on 3s because he moved. All righty. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. You got 2 wounds at AP -1, so that's 2 more dead. Now my Land Speeder is going to fire into them. So he's going to fire his Assault Cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Alrighty. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 dead Orcs. And now the Heavy Bolter. That's 3 hits. And that is 2 dead Orcs. Alright, so now my Hellblasters here are going to fire into his battle wagon. They're not in rapid fire range, and they are going to supercharge. So hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the Company Master there. All right, so there's 3 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s because it's toughness 7. Okay, so we got 1 wound, AP -4. So that I think that just goes through, so he just takes 2 damage. All right, now the Plasma Storm Battery from here is going to fire into there. So heavy D6, 6 shots. These are hitting on 3s. Ooh, all hits. Strength 7, so wounding on 4s. So we've got 3 wounds, AP -3, so I think those just go through and they're 2 damage each, so that's another 6 wounds. All right, so now this tactical squad is going to fire into there. So we're going to start with the bolter shots. So the 4 guys with bolters are in rapid fire, hitting on 3s. Oh, wow, okay. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound, AP nothing, so 4-up save. He's good. And then the Heavy Bolter is going to be firing in there, hitting on 3s. Okay, got 1 hit. Strength 5, wounding on 5. That's a wound, AP -1, so 5-up save. No, goes through. And I forgot to fire his Heavy Bolter into him, so we've got 3 shots hitting on 3s. Okay, wounding on 5. No. This Intercessor squad is going to fire into him. So we've got 8 shots because 3 of them are in rapid fire, hitting on 3s. Alright, that one's cocked. Alrighty. Alright, Strength 4, wounding on 5s. We've got 2 wounds, AP -1, so 2 5-ups. Ooh, makes 1. All right, these guys here, these Intercessors are going to fire into there. So they're all in rapid fire range. So we got 10 shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s and 6s. We got 1 wound, AP -1. 5-up, no, takes a wound. All right, my Ancient's going to fire his bolt rifle into there, hitting on a 3. Nope, no hit there. All right, then Ezekiel's going to fire into him. So 1 shot, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Strength 4, wounding on a 5. No, no wound. All right, so my Venerable Dreadnought here is going to fire into him with everything. So we're going to start with the Heavy Flamer. So D6 hits, 5 hits, So looking for strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Oh, I got 1 wound, AP -1, so 5 up save. No, goes through. All right, now he's going to supercharge his heavy plasma gun into him. So D3 shots, 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because he moved. Oop. Yeah, all right, so that's 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound, AP -3. So, oh, that goes through, so that is 2 damage, so that's just enough to kill him. Oh man, does he explode?
Oh yeah, on the 6.
No, does not explode. So we will figure out what happens with the guys inside. All right, so in the kerfluffle there, 2 of the Burnas died. So that is that, and that is first blood. All right, so here we go. Now he's going to fire into them because he has fly. Even though he fell back, he can still fire at them. So we're gonna go with the heavy flamer first. So D6 hits, 5 hits, strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. And we got 5 wounds. That is 5 to hit. And then my assault cannon is going to fire in, hitting on 4s because he moved. Whoa, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 more dead. All right, now my dev squad here is going to fire at his Burnas. I'm not going to supercharge, so the black is going to be the one to signum. So these are the D3 shots. Ooh, okay. All right, so green is hitting on 3s. Black is hitting on 2. Alrighty, good thing I didn't supercharge. Wounding on 3s. 1 dead. Alright, so that is it for the shooting phase. Now on to the assault phase. My intercessors here are going to charge into his Burnas. So, here comes the Overwatch. D3 for each, so that's 1 each. So we'll come back to you with that. Alright, so there are 9 guys left there, so 9 shots. These are auto hits, wounding on 4s. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds there. AP nothing, so 4 2-ups. And they're good. Woo! And their charge distance is totally in. And then my Venerable Dreadnought's gonna charge into the Burnas and the knobs over here. So you got 4 shots each from the knobs, hitting on 6s. So we got 2 hits. Strength 4, right? Yep. So looking for 5s to wound. Got 1 wound. AP nothing, so looking for 3 up. He's good. And then his charge distance is totally in. All right, so we're gonna start out with my Ven Dread over here. He's gonna attack into those knobs. So you got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll that. All right, so we got 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 3 wounds. AP -3, so they've got 5 up saves. Ooh, makes 1. So that is gonna be 2 knobs dead because it's 3 damage each. All right, so now my opponent's gonna spend 2 command points to interrupt with his Burnas who are going to attack. So 7 are gonna go into my intercessors, and 2 are gonna go into my Ven Dread. So we're gonna go with the 7 into my intercessors, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. That's 4 misses there. All right, and now these are strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Okay, so that's 4 wounds. All right, at AP -2, so 4 5-ups. And I make 1 of them. And then the 2 into the Ven Dread. So that's 3 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Ooh, 3 wounds. At AP -1 second. All right, so 3 5-up saves. Ooh, make 2 of them. And then he's got the Venerable save looking for a 6-up on this. Show me that filth first. No, so he takes a wound. All right, so now my intercessors are gonna go into the Burnas there. So we've got 2 attacks each for them, plus the sergeant has 3 attacks. So that's going to be 9 attacks coming in here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. Oh, okay, we've got 2 wounds. So 2 6-ups. Makes 1 of them. And now his Mega Knob is attacking into my Ven Dread there. So we've got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, that's all hits. Strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. So got 2 wounds. AP what?
AP -3.
AP minus. Oh, he's gonna use a command point to re-roll that. Oh no. So that's 3. AP minus 3. So we got 3 6-ups. Nope, don't make any of those. So it's what, D3 damage each?
Yes.
Right? So D3 damage. So we've got 2, 4, 5. 5 venerable saves, looking for 6s. Show me them fill faces. And I make 2 of them. I'll take that. 7. All right, so that's it for the fight phase. Now we've got into the morale phase. These guys lost 7, so 7 plus 6 is 13, and they've got what was it, 9 guys left. Yeah. So that is 4 guys that are running there. All right, and these guys lost 7, and they're down to leadership 7 with their knobs. So 7 plus 6, so they lose 6. That's the squad wiped. And then the Burnas lost, they lost 4. So 4 plus 2 is 6, so they are good to go. And then the Knobs, they lost 2. What's their leadership?
It'd be 8 because of the war.
It's 8, so then they're good because they only lost 2, so yes. They cannot fail that. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks here on turn 2. All right, movement phase here for the Orks on turn 2. These guys moved up towards my land speeder there. Direpa's coming up this way. These guys advanced up this way. These guys stayed locked in combat, and the boss, war boss and mega armor is moving around that way, trundling across 4 inches. These guys advanced or just moved? They just moved. So this just moved up towards here. And that is it. That's all that's left there. So that's it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right. So now this squad is going to start us off in the shooting phase by shooting into the interceptor. The closer intercessors. So we've got 44 shooter shots and 3 big shooter shots. So the big dice are going to be the big shooter shots. Hitting on 6s because they advanced. All right. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so we've got 8 shooter shots. So these are strength 4 looking for 4s to wound. We've got 6 wounds. So 6 2-up saves because they're in cover over there. Failed 1 of them. And now these guys are going to fire into my land speeder over here. So these are the pistols looking for 5s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a not a 2. And Daripa is going to fire into the intercessors with his twin big shooter. Hitting on 5s, so we got 2 hits. Strength, what is it? 5, so looking for the 3s to wound. That is 1 wound. No AP. No AP, so 2-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And now his boss in mega armor is going to shoot into my intercessors. So hitting on 5s. Woo, 2 hits.
Strength 4.
Strength 4, so wounding on 4s, that's 2 wounds. No AP, so 2 ups. And he's good with 2 fill faces. All right, so now all the guys in mega armor are going to fire into my, what are they called? Hellblasters over here. So they got 4 shots each, hitting on 6s because they moved. Yeah. Oh no, hitting on 5s because they just moved. They're assault weapons, right? Yeah, so hitting on 5s. So that is really good. Yeah, and then an additional 1. Yeah. Okay. So, and now these are strength 4 looking for 4s to wound. So they got 2 wounds, 2 2-up saves. And they're good with 2 fill faces again. Woo! All right, now the looters inside are going to fire into my Hellblasters. So D3 shots from each of them. So 3 shots each. Brutal. All right, so now, here we go. We got 36 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s because they moved. All right, we'll come back to that. That's a lot. All right, and these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got, there's the ones. So we've got 4 wounds, AP. Anything on those? 1 second. All right, so it's AP -1, so I got 3 ups. It's doing 2 damage. So each one of these, if any of these are failures, that's a dead Hellblaster there. So 3 ups, and I make them all. Woo! Yeah, all right, so these guys, these boys here are gonna charge into my intercessors. So going to Overwatch here, I've got 10 shots coming in, hitting on 6s. I got 2 hits, strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. Got 1 wound. AP -1, so that's 1 dead boy. And then your charge distance, sir. 4 inches is probably gonna make it. All right, he's gonna use, here we go, because it would just barely make it in. Ooh, that is way more in. And then Daripa's gonna go into my intercessors, looking for 7 inches. Yeah, he's totally in. And now these guys are gonna charge into my land speeder, so we're gonna go Salt Cannon first to Overwatch. Ooh, okay, got 2 hits there. Wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound, so that's 1 dead orc. And then we got the heavy bolter. Got 1 hit. No wound though. Charge distance is totally in.
In there.
And then his boss is going to charge into my Vendread there. Oh, he is in. All right, so that is it for the charge phase. Moving into the fight phase here, his war boss is going to attack into my Vendread first. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 3 hits.
I'm going to use a point.
He's going to use a command point to reroll that. All right. That's cocked. That's a hit. So that's 4 hits. Strength
12.
Strength 12?
Yes.
All right, so looking for 3s to wound. So got 3 wounds. 3 AP minus 3. So looking for 6 ups. No, don't make any of them D3 wounds each, right?
Yes.
All right, so we got 3, 6, 7 wounds. All right, I've got 4 wounds left. So I need to make 4 of these 7 to stay alive. So looking for 4 fill faces. 4 6-ups. No, I make 1. So he's dead. But does he explode?
Oh.
No, he doesn't. I'm gonna spend a command point. Oh, no, okay. No, it's too much to hope for. Okay, so yeah, he did. All right, so I'm gonna spend 2 command points to interrupt here and have my intercessors attack into his boys there. So I've got 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good. All right, wounding on 4s. Not as good. Got 3, there's 3 wounds there. So 3 6-ups. No, he fails 3. All right, now these boys here are gonna attack into my land speeder. So hitting on 3s. Ooh, pretty good there. Yep.
And power claws hitting on 4.
And the power claws are hitting on 4. So the red's the power claw, sorry. So now looking for ooh, not the 1. So
5.
these other ones we're looking for 5. So we've got yeah, not the 1. So we've got 4 wounds there.
Yes.
4 AP nothing, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so 4 3-ups. And I make all but 1. All right, so the war boss is going to come attacking here. So hitting on 3s. All right.
2 hits.
2 hits. Strength
12.
Strength 12. So wounded on 2s. That's 2 wounds. AP minus
4.
AP minus 4. Oh, D. What is the damage on that? Because that goes straight through. We have to figure out the damage. 1 second. All right, so it turns out he also had a hit of a 6, which on a hit of a 6, he does a mortal wound in there. So he killed off the one guy who had 1 wound left. So now it's 1 at a time, if you could, just because 1 at a time D3. So that's 1 dead guy, and then the other one is 1 wounded guy. Okay. Right. All right, so now his boys here are going to attack into my intercessors. So we've got, what is it, 22 attacks from them, plus the power claw from the knob. All right, so white is going to be the power claw hitting on 4s. Everything else is going to be hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. 2s and 4s. All righty. So we've got, all right, so we've got 2 6-ups and then 4 regular saves. Yep. So which one do you want to do first?
6-ups.
You're going to do 6-ups. So we got 2 6-ups. No, failed them both. So 1 is just going to kill that guy, and then D3 onto the next one is going to 2. So that's going to kill another guy. All right, and then the last guy gets 4 3-up saves. Can my sergeant hold out and be a total badass? Let's find out. 4 3-ups. Oh, and he does! He makes them all! Woo! All right, so that's it for the charges. So now on to this guys who are we're already in combat there. So his Burners are going to attack in, so we'll come back to you with their attacks. All right, so now the Burners are going to attack in. They've got 16 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Actually, really good. All right, and then strength 4, right? So wounded on 4s. All right, that one's cocked.
You guys let him know. I'll be right back.
Cocked. All right, so 4s. So we've got 2, 4. So what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Right.
9.
So we've got 9 AP minus 2. So 9 AP minus 2. Looking for 5-ups. Made 3 of them, so that's going to be, ugh, gross. So 3 are going to be dead. All right. All right, so now my activation, he's going to activate. He's got 3 attacks here, hitting on 3s. Okay, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. That one's cocked. Got 1 wound. 6 up. Oh, and he's good. So we consolidated into my Devastator squad, so they are going to attack now. I can get 3 guys into combat there, including the Sergeant who has a chainsword, so that's going to be 3 attacks from him, and then 1 each from the other 2 guys. Hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. Alright, so we got 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds. 3 6-ups. And no, doesn't make any of them. All right, so at the end of the turn, that's it for the fight phase here. So at the end of the turn, my intercessor here has to take a leadership test. He lost 3 guys, 3 plus 4 is 7, and he is good to go. So that is it for the Orcs turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He fell back out of combat here over this way. These guys moved up towards them over here. My intercessor and the dev squad fell back up over this way. My intercessor fell back from combat over here. They stood still. They all stood still. He stood still. They advanced towards there, moving, advancing 6, so moving up 12. And then he moved up over this way looking on them. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Actually, the psychic phase. So we're going to start out with Ezekiel casting Smite onto the squad over there. Looking for 5. Getting it with 8. D3 mortal wounds. Ooh, 3 mortal wounds. And then he's going to cast Aversion onto the burners over there. Getting it with 8. All right. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Vendread is going to fire his heavy flamer into the boys over here and his assault cannon into Darippa. So we're going to do the heavy flamer into the boys. 1 hit, but 1 wound, so that's 1 dead boy. And now the assault cannon into Darippa. Hitting on 3s because he moved. All right. Toughness 6, strength 6, so looking for 4s to wound. We got we got 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Oh, he makes 1 of them. All right, now my Land Raider is going to fire his 2 Flamestorm cannons into the boys and his twin assault cannon into Darippa. So we're going to do the 2 Flamestorm cannons, so it's D6 each, so 2D6. We got 8 hits. All right, so we got 8 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oof. Not great. So 3 dead Orcs. And now the twin assault cannon into Darippa. So we got 12 shots hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. Alrighty. Alright, strength 6, wounding on 4s. We've got 3 wounds at AP -1. So 3 5-ups. Makes 1 of them, so 2 more wounds. Alright, this tactical squad's gonna fire into the boys over here. So we've got 9 bolter shots because of the pistol from the sergeant. Hitting on 3s. Alright, wounding on 4s. 1? So 1 6-up save. No. And then the heavy bolter is going to fire. That's 2 hits. That is 1 dead orc. And now he's going to fire into the Ludas over, not Ludas, the Burners over here. So we're going to do the heavy flamer first. 6 hits. That's pretty good. So strength 5, wounding on 3s. Oh, wow. So that is 6 dead Burners. And now the assault cannon is going to fire in 2. Hitting on 4s because he moved. All right, wounded on 3s. That is 2 more dead, and that is the rest of the squad. They recover, so sorry, 6-ups. No, so now they're dead. Okay. All right, so now my Hellblaster is going to fire into his battle wagon there. So they are going to supercharge, so we're going to do this one at a time. So the first guy, hitting on 3s. All right, that's 2 hits. Second guy, 2 hits. Third guy, a miss, but not a blow up. And a hit. Fourth guy, re-rolling 1s because of the captain there. And that's a miss, but not a blow up. All right, so no one dead. That's good. This is now strength 8, so wounding on 3s. So that is going to be 4 AP -4. So that's just going to go through, so that becomes 8 wounds onto him. And now he's going to fire his Plasma Storm battery into the battle wagon, and then he's gonna fire the heavy bolter into the mega knob up there. So the plasma storm battery, he is gonna supercharge it. So heavy D6. 1. I'm gonna spend my last command point to reroll that. Into 2. Okay. That did happen last time. Every time. So 2 shots hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Oh, of course. Yep. So I am gonna be taking a mortal wound, but that is 1 hit. Wounding on 3. Oh. Oh man, really? You're gonna do that to me? All right, well, no more plasma storm battery anymore, and he takes a mortal wound. Pretty good for not me. All right, so he's down to 3 wounds because he took 3 mortal wounds because of that, and the plasma storm battery is gone. And now the heavy bolter is going to fire into his mega knob there. So hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Of course, they can hit, not the plasma though. Strength 5, toughness 5 on them. Toughness 4, so looking for 3s. I got 3 wounds, AP -1, so 3 3-ups. Fails 2 of them. And then Ezekiel's gonna fire into the mega knob there. So he's gonna use the Deliverer, which is this special pistol. So hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Strength 4, wounding on a 4. No wound there. And then my Ancient's gonna fire his bolt rifle into the mega knob. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. No wound. And then my Company Master is going to toss a crack grenade into him, hitting on a 2, 3. Oh, that's whatever. 6 is a hit. Strength 6, toughness 7, so looking for 5 to wound. That's a wound. AP -1 or 2. 1 second. AP -1. No, it goes through. So D3 wounds. 1 wound. And then we're back to him. He's going to fire in here. So we're going to go with the assault cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Oh, wow. Okay, I will take that. Wounding on 3s. That is 5 dead, so that is the squad wiped. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. On to the assault phase. My Land Raider is going to start us off by charging into Darippa there. So here comes Overwatch from Darippa. I got 1 hit. Wounding on it's a strength. Oh, that's a wound. AP nothing, so 2-up save. He's good. And his charge distance is totally in. Yeah, so he has got frag assault launchers, which means that if he finishes a charge within 1 inch of an enemy model, they on a 4-up, he takes D3 mortal wounds. So looking for a 4-up. Hey, it's a 4-up, so he takes D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. And now my Venerable Dread is going to charge into Darippa and the boys over here. So here come the boys' shots. We got 2 hits. What is it? Yeah, 1 wound. No, goes through. And the Venerable save. No, still goes through. And his charge distance is totally in. All right, so he is, we're gonna start off by activating my Venerable Dreadnought. He's gonna attack into Darippa with all his attacks. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength 12, so it's gonna be wounding on 2s. Oh, okay, we got 2 wounds. AP -3. What's his,
4 up, so they go through.
Yeah, so those just go through, and those are 3 wounds each. So I think he's dead. So he is dead. All right. All right, so since the guy he charged is dead, so now his boys are going to get to attack back into my Venerable Dreadnought. So hitting on 3s and 4s. All right. And then there's 1 more there. All right, so then strength 8, right? So on that, so that's wounding on a 3. Everything else is wounding on a 5. So, so it's 2 wounds from the regular ones. So I'll just do those ones. 2 3-ups. Make both of those, and then 1 AP -3, right? So 1 6-up. Hey, with a fill phase! Woo! All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So at the end, we have the morale phase. These boys over here, they lost 9, right? So they lost 9. They're at leadership 7. So 9 plus 3 is 12. Minus 7, so that's 5 more boys running away. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Orks on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 3. The Mega Knobs all got out looking on these guys. That's gonna be rough. His loot has stayed inside of his battle wagon there, and the battle wagon stayed still. His Mega Knob is moving up over this way, and this Mega Knob is making his way over this way, and those boys stayed in combat. So that is it for the Orks here. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now all of the Mega Knobs, including his boss, are going to fire into the my Hell Blasters over here. So we're going to have how many shots? 16 shots coming in here. Looking for 5 ups. All right.
Strength 4.
Yep. So strength 4, looking for 4s. We got 3 wounds, 3 2-ups because they are in cover. Failed one of them. And now his Ludas are gonna fire into my Hell Blasters. D3 shots. Ooh, 1 shot each. All right, so we've got 12 shots coming in here, hitting on 5s because they did not move. Yeah. So we got 1 hit. All right. Strength what? 7. 7. Yep, that's a wound. AP -1 was it? -1. So looking for a 3-up. Yeah, 3-up. And he makes it with a fill first. Woo! This Mega Knob is going to fire into my Land Speeder. That is no hits. And then the boss here is going to fire at my Intercessor up in there. Oh, yeah. There you go. 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. 1 2-up. Oh! I failed it. Oh. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. So on to the assault phase. His boss is going to charge into my Dreadnought. 4 inches. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, that makes him just in. Now he's going to charge into my Land Speeder there. So we're going to go with the Heavy Flamer first. That's 3 hits. Strength 5, Toughness 4, right? So looking for 3s. We got 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 3-ups. And he fails 1, so he is, or 2, so he fails it. He is dead. All right, so now his Mega Knobs here are going to charge into into all 3 of my units here. So we're going to start with Overwatch from the Hell Blasters. So here's where I'm going to get a little bit cheeky. So they're all within range of the Ancient here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to supercharge their weapons in Overwatch here. So we'll see how this goes. So the first guy, looking for a 6. No, but it's not minus anything, so those are just misses. Second guy. I got failed 1, but re-rolling 1's because of the Company Master there. And that's a 6, so that's a hit. So that's 2 guys. Third. Re-rolling 1 because of the Master there, so that's just 2 misses. Fourth, that's a hit and re-rolling because of the Master, but then he's dead. But on a 4-up, because he's within there, yes, so he gets to fire as though he is in the shooting phase now. So this is going to be a looking for 3-ups. And he's going to supercharge. So I fail. I got 1 hit. So we'll just put that in there with that one since those are hit. And then one last 1, 2. Was that all 5? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, it's 1 more guy and 6s. No, those are both misses. All right, so we got 3 hits. 1 guy is dead. Boop. But 3 hits. So these are going to be strength 8, so wounding on 2s. So that's 3 wounds, AP -4. So that's going to be 6 ups. So 3 6-ups. Oh, and he makes 2 of them. Oh, that's where being cheeky came back to bite me. So 1 is going to take 2 wounds on him. And then, then then the Ancient's gonna fire, looking for 6s. Nope. And the bolt pistol from the Master. No. Okay. Oh, rerolling 1's because of himself. No, still no hit. Okay. So now their charge distance is totally in. All right. And then the War Boss is gonna charge into my into Hellblasters. He's totally in. All right. So now he's gonna start off by attacking with his War Boss there. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2. He's gonna spend a command point to reroll that. All right, so that's 4 hits. Strength 12. Strength 6. Well, it doesn't make a difference. That's still 3 wounds. Yep. So that's 3 6-up saves. Oh, nope, none of those. So D3, because it's D3 wounds, right? So it's 3 6 7 wounds. Oh man, this is not great. 7 wounds, looking for 6-ups. I've got 7 wounds left, so if I make 1 of these, he's still alive. I just need 1 fill face. Show me that fill face. Show me a fill face! Yeah, I got 2 of them, I'll take it. Now his other War Boss is gonna fire into my, punch into my Hell Blasters. So, That is going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 2s, so that is 3 wounds. AP minus 4 or 3? 3. AP minus 3, so we got 3 6-ups. No, don't make any of those. So that's D3 one at a time here with these guys because they got 2 wounds. So that's 1 dead guy, 2 dead guys, 3 dead guys. Okay. And the 3 guys who died, actually, they were within 6 of the Ancients, so looking for 4-ups. All right, so 2 of them get to attack back. It's 2 attacks each. Got 3 hits. Toughness 4 on the boss.
5.
5. So looking for 5s. No wounds there. All right. All right. So moving into the knobs here, there's going to be 2 guys are going to go into my captain or the company master, and then 1's going to go into the Primaris Ancient there. So which one are you going to do first? We're going to do the Ancient first. All right. So hitting on
the guy that rerolls 1s.
The reroll. So the captain. So we got 6 attacks, hitting on 4s, right? 3s.
No, 4s. Hitting
on 4s. So we got 1 hit. All right. And not a wound. And then 3 into the Ancient. 1 hit. That is a wound. AP minus 3, right?
Yep.
Oh, that is cocked. I wanted to be a 6. You saw that Phil face. Oh, and he still comes back with the Phil face. Woo! All right, so now his boys get to attack in. So we've got the reds are going to be the power claws, right?
Yes.
So hitting on 3s and 4s.
Yep.
Oh no.
All hit.
Oh no. All right. So the whites are wounding on reds are wounding on 3s, whites are wounding on 5s. Yeah. So we've got 2 regular saves. We'll just do those ones. 2 3-ups. Oh, failed 1. 6-up venerable. Nope. So he's down to 1 wound. AP minus 3 because it's the claw. The claw. No, it goes through. So D3 wounds. 1 wound. Oh boy, here we go. Comes down to this. If I can make the save, he's still alive. If I fail the save, he did. Let's see what happens. Looking for a Phil face. Phil face. Oh, with the Phil face. He's still alive. Woo! All right, so now I'm going to activate my heroic Venerable Dreadnought, who's going to try to punch that war boss in the face. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, so that's all hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh, that is 3 wounds. AP minus 3, so looking for 5-ups. Oh, and he makes 1, so that's 6 wounds, so he's still alive. All right, so I'm gonna activate my sergeant in there. He's gonna go into the war boss over there. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound. 2-up save. Yeah, he's good. And now my captain's gonna go. He's got a chainsword, so he's gonna have 5 attacks total into the knobs there. So hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 4s. So we've got 4 wounds. AP nothing, so 4 2-ups. Ooh, failed 1. And then the Primaris Ancient has 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Whoa. Yeah, that's nothing. All right, so that's it for the fight phase. That's it for the turn here. So the Orcs' turn here on turn 3. So we will look at the end of it. We've got the morale phase. My 1 Hellblaster that's left there. He's the leadership +1 because he's within 6 inches of the Ancient. Rolling to see if he's lost 4 guys. So that's cocked. 4 + 6. He would run, but he's got and they shall know no rules. Oh, and he's good because of the Ancient. Wow, that is killer. That is cool, crazy. That Ancient has made back his points, sure. All right, so that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, movement for the Dark Angels here. He stood still. These guys shuffled up here except for the Heavy Bolter guy. He stood still. They fell back out of combat. He fell back out of combat and he moved up over to there. These guys stood still. He's staying back there, getting me Linebreaker, and he stood still. And they shuffled in around the objective of there. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Ezekiel's going to start off by smiting into his truck over there. That goes off. D3. 2 wounds. And then he's going to mind worm it. That goes off with a 6, so he takes a mortal wound and has to fight last in the fight phase. All right, so now activating my Land Raider in the fight phase. 1 Flame Storm Cannon is going to go into the boys. 1's going to go into his knob over there. So we're going to go with 1 into the boys. Gets 6 hits. So that is 6 wounding on 3s. That is 4 AP -2, so even with the cover, they are dead. And then the 1 into his knob there, 2. Whoa, strength 6, so 1 wound onto him. AP -2, so looking for a 4 up. No, so he also goes down. And now the dev squad here is going to fire into his battle wagon. Black's going to have the Signum, not going to supercharge. So this number of hit, not a whole lot of shots coming here. All right, so hitting on 3s and 2. Ooh. All right, so that's 3 hits. Strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. Got 1 wound. AP -3, so that's just going to be 1 wound. Now he's going to fire into the truck. Heavy Flamer first. 5 hits. Strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Oh, we got 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 5-ups. Makes 1 of them. And now the assault cannon is going to fire into him. Hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Oh, got 1 wound. AP -1. 1 5-up. No, goes through, so he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, and 2 guys died in the ensuing collapse. So that is where they ended up. My intercessor is going to fire into his Ludas. 2 shots. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, AP -1, so 1 is dead. This squad here is going to fire into the Ludas. 4 bolter shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s, so got 2 wounds, 2 6-ups. No, both dead. And then the heavy bolter firing into them. I got 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP -1, so that's 2 dead. And then he's my former vengeance, now just land speeder, is gonna fire his heavy bolter into them. That's 2 hits. And that is 2 dead orcs. And then my scouts are gonna fire into them. Hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. Got 3 wounds, 3 6-ups. Oh no, and that is the squad. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. Nobody has to take morale tests, and nobody's going to charge or get into a fight. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks on turn 4. Yep, that's where they moved. So that is movement over there. Looking onto these guys in this building. He's like, I don't care if I win or lose. What I'm going to do is kill those guys. Which is a noble goal for any Orc player. So that is that. So we may as well just move into the shooting phase now. So who's going to shoot into whom?
The Mega Knob's going to shoot into the guy that rerolls the 1s.
Okay, so and the rerolls the 1s is going to be the captain. All right, so the knobs there are going to fire into my captain. So hitting on 5. So we've got 2 hits.
Wounded on 4.
Wounded on 4, so that's 1 wound. 2 up save because of the cover. And he's good. And the other guy is going into, which ones are these going into? Sorry, into the same guy. So that is 3 hits. And that is 2 wounds. And that is 2 saves. All right, so he's going to start off the charge phase here with his boss charging into the into my ancient and the captain. So we're going to do Overwatch with the ancient first. I got 1 hit. T6, right?
T5.
T5, so looking for 5. That's a wound. AP -1, so 3 up. Yeah, he's good. And then bull pistol from the captain or the company master. Nope, that does not hit. So his charge distance is totally in. And those guys are going to charge both of them as well. They are in. All right, so now into the fight phase. He's going to activate his war boss first, attacking into my company master there. So we've got 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits. He's going to spend his command point to reroll that. There we go, 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds. 2 4-up Iron Halo saves. Oh, and I make them both.
So
and then he's going to attack onto each of these guys. So we got 3 onto the captain first. All right, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 3 wounds. 3 4-ups. Oh, failed 2 of them. So D3 each, or yeah, D3 each, right? Yep. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he did. Another 3 into the ancient over there. All right, so that's 2. Yeah, it's 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. Nope. He goes through. D3 wounds. 3 wounds. So he's still alive. Let's see if the captain can attack back. He does. I get to attack back. We'll come back to that. All right. The captain's going to attack back into the yeah. Why not into the boss? So we've got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. That's 4 hits. Oh, 5 because I forgot he's got his chainsword. So that's 5 hits. Wounding on 5s. You got 4. Okay. 4 wounds. 4 2-ups. Fails 1 of them. All right, then my ancient gets to attack back. He's going to go into the knobs there. 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4. Nope. And that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 4. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. They stood still. He stood still. He moved up. He moved up. He moved over there so he could claim the objective and stay in line breaker. They stood still where they were. He stood still. These guys, everybody just kind of shuffled up over this way, and he moved up there. He fell back out of combat. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off the psychic phase, Ezekiel is going to cast Smite onto his war boss there. So, looking for a 5. Getting it with 6, so D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. And now he's going to cast Mind Worm into his boss there. Going off with 8, so he takes a mortal wound and has to fight last in the fight phase. All right, and now into the shooting phase, he's going to supercharge into his war boss there. So rapid fire into him and a supercharging. So hitting on 3s. Those are both hits. Strength 8, wounding on 2. No, he's stiffness 5, so wounding on 3s. Dose both wounds. AP minus 4. So looking for 6-ups.
Need 1. Nope.
No, they both go through, so he is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. Now my land speeder is going to fire into them, so we're going to go the heavy flamer first. 6 hits. Looking for 3s. We got 2 wounds, AP minus 1, but plus 1 because they're in cover, so 2-ups. 3 2-ups. 3 2-ups, sorry. Yeah, it was 3 2-ups, sorry. Oh, okay, fails 1. And then the assault cannon is going to fire in here. Alrighty, hitting on 4s because he moved. 6, so looking for 3s. No, nothing there. This squad here is going to fire into them. So we've got 1 guy in rapid fire range, so 5 bolter shots. Okay. Wounding on 4s. That's a 1 wound, so 1's 2 up. He's good. And then the heavy bolter. That's 2 wounds. 2 up save because he's in cover. Good. Intercessor is going to fire here. 1 hit. 1 wound. AP minus 1, but 2 up. There, he's good. And now my Devastator squad is going to fire. So we've got the 1 black is going to be the Signum. This is the number of shots. Oh, okay. We'll come back to you with that. All right, hitting on 3s and 2. Boop, boop. All right, strength 7, wounding on 3s. Oh, man. So 3 wounds. AP minus 3. So looking for plus 1, so looking for 4-ups. Oh, failed 2 of them, so 1 guy's dead. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So he's just got the 1 Mega Knob left. So on his turn, he's going to get up there and see if he can take out that Ancient. So let's just go to his shooting phase. That is 1 hit. No wound there. And then are you going to charge, sir?
I am.
All right, Overwatch. Nothing there. Charge distance, totally in. All right, we'll come back to the fight. So here comes the Mega Knob's attacks. 3 attacks, hitting on, that's 2 hits. Yeah. Wounding on 2s, that's 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. No, neither of them. So D3, yeah, he's totally dead. So that is a moral victory there for the Orks. So I imagine the rest of the army would then just circle around and eventually kill him. Yeah, that was a brutal game. When I saw all of those bodies just lined up against the others, like against me there, coming towards me, I got a little scared, not gonna lie. I got a little worried there, seeing that many numbers. I didn't know if I brought enough bullets to take care of them. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. Like, focusing on each of the different mobs of guys each time and just trying to whittle them down so that they had to take leadership tests, I think was the key to me being able to make it. If I just spread it out too thin, I think I wouldn't have been able to do much about it. But yeah, it got pretty brutal there at the end there when things started to really snowball, but it was a blast. I had a ton of fun. So my opponent's a great guy and I had a great time. So that's what matters in the end. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been John, and until next time, have fun.